Vina is driving the crazy self up the mountain. And Screech races past Winky, or is about to race past Winky and Rocky. Winky's line is, "I can't wait to get my hands on a hula girl." Go ahead.
I can't wait to get my hands on a hula girl. A little dancing, a little drinking, a little hanky-panky.
It's so funny when you say it. Okay.
Waylon's been replaced now.
The convertible nearly not yet. The convertible nearly runs them both down, then it comes to a full stop after skidding a few feet and parking semi-crooked in a nearby parking space. A young woman with blonde curled underbob emerges from the car in a short fit and flare dress in sunny yellow, and that's going to change because we're putting her in blue now. She turns her head back quickly and runs up the steps into the double doors to the USA headquarters. Winky?
It's safer up there. But who wants to be up there?
Come on. He straightens his clothes and tilts his hat, then rubs his hands together.
Look at that package that just got delivered. Come on, Skipper.
Rocky smiles and shakes his head, then follows Winky. An MP rushes past into the building. Vina comes running in, followed by the MP, who presses her against the wall and gets ready to pull out the cuffs. Drink intervenes.
Stop! What is this all about?
Did you step on a cat?
Stop!
Okay, go ahead. The cop, she refused to show ID and ran through 3 gates, doing about 95 all the way here. Drake gives Vina a look. And
Almost true to the way I really drive.
Mario Andretti.
It's considered conservative driving.
Or I guess I should call you Danica Patrick, right?
Maria Andretti.
Let's see. Okay, so there's a medium shot of all the characters. Drake looks at Vina, pressed against the wall. Drake.
Okay, let me handle this. Vina, you know this is a restricted area. What the hell is so damn important you risk your life and violate almost every regulation we have? You're not new here.
Sorry, sir. When you called about the video confession, well, I had to get here fast. I have new information to tell you about Professor Newton.
He's lucky he's on Theseus, or I'd have him in jail.
You know darn well he's not a traitor to the United Worlds of the Solar System or to any other organization.
Then he hands Drake a ticket. He takes it, and she leaves.
Well, now that that's settled, I really would like to tell you. I'd really like to tell you what I came to say.
Quick question. Quick question.
Yes.
Officially, is it officious or officious?
It's officious.
Officious.
Oh, officious.
Officious. I thought it was officious.
No, the people are officiant.
Okay, officious. Officious. Okay.
Officious.
Officious and officiant.
Officians of officious.
Okay. Rocky, we can do okay.
Okay. Rocky and Winky walk in.
Well, glad you're here. I'd like you to meet Vina Rack.
You don't sound very glad.
I'm glad you're here.
Rocky.
She's just a girl. What are you, 16?
I'm not a girl. I mean, I am a girl, but not the way you mean. I'm a 24-year-old woman, and I'm a licensed navigator and translator.
Quiet. She has new evidence Professor Newton may not be a traitor. We need to find out. If he's being held hostage or something else we need to know. He's an asset I hate to lose. If we can get him back, I'm willing to try anything.
So what's the evidence?
When I was translating on my last trip to Officius, he was talking at a character and he seemed different in his eyes. And when I left, he gave me this medal.
To Professor Newton from Secretary Drake, profound gratitude and eternal friendship.
Why do you think he gave it to me? It's a message.
I do not know.
Oh, that's more, sorry. I know this man, and the professor was trying to send a message.
I don't know. He left video confessions that evidence is stacked against him.
Drake walks over to the wall and turns a few dials to play back the message. Grip brings in coffee and sets it on the seating area table on the other side of Drake's desk. Drake turns to Rocky and Winky, handing them some papers.
Here are your new orders. 2 months leave to do what you want with them.
I've been looking forward to this and checking out all the legs. Sites.
We need one. It's been at least 8 months since we got even a weekend off.
That's one of the hazards of space travel. Just be back on the 20th.
Let's not waste any time, Skipper. Let's get to Paradise Island.
Hold your horn, let's stick around. I want to see Newton's declaration. I want to see the Newton's declaration.
Close up on Winky as he exhales with a frustrated, disappointed look on his face. Vina and Drake grab a seat in front of the visioscope. Rocky and Winky follow.
Mind if we join you too, Mr. Secretary?
Please do, Rocky.
Okay, now we got Professor Newton in front of two soldiers. There's a lab table and a chalkboard behind him. The soldiers stand on the far side of the table, framed up symmetrically between long blinds and on two tall windows at the edge of the frame. Newton says,
Has that changed since the original, the speech? There's a line that's different from when I originally.
"Yeah, it's changed.
So you want the new way?
Yes."
I've got the old way memorized. Secretary Drake, may I first say this? The decision to remain on officious was there it is.
Yeah.
The decision to remain on officious
Is my choice.
is my choice. I have not been influenced by word or deed. These people are my friends. Perhaps thinking singularly, I would not have made such a drastic move and severed the ties of my lifetime. But I must consider my young ward Bobby. A long life stands before him, and not through heritage, but by choice. He can now share in the triumphant glory of Ophiuchus. Come here, Bobby.
There's no way Bobby is willingly there. I've known him as long as I've known the professor. And he said 1,000 times he wanted to be a space ranger. Hell, that's why he joined the OSA military school 2 years ago.
Shh. Linda's supposed to be whispering.
Yeah, that was supposed to be whispering. Did you whisper?
There's no way Bobby's willingly there. I've known him as long as I've known the professor. And he says 1,000 times he wanted to be a space ranger. Hell, that's why he joined the OSA military school 2 years ago.
Okay, Newton.
Mr. Secretary, you have heard my wish. Now, Bobby, say goodbye to our friends.
That's you?
I have no idea where we are, like
Page 15.
Top of page 15.
15? Okay. Sorry.
I think that's your only line this episode, actually. So.
Hang on, I was just flipping the pages and then I lost track of where we were. Okay, thank you. Okay. Goodbye, Mr. Secretary, and please, sir, say goodbye to Rocky Jones and the rest of the Rangers.
The visio screen fades out and the lights come back on. Interior office, cut to wide side of the room. Griff can be seen standing in the corner. Venus stands right by the door. Rocky and Winky move from the conference room into the main part of the office and stand around Drake's desk.
Here's the letter that pretty much stated what he said in the video that made the breach complete. He surrendered and gave up all his property, even his research observatory.
Sorry, sir, you just don't mind. Something fishy's going on here. He's either drugged, forced, or threatened. Not him, obviously.
That's true. I think they're prisoners.
With your permission, I'd like to find out.
Hey, Rocky.
Winky holds out his hand. Rocky puts the vacation papers in his hand. Winky shakes his head sadly and tears the papers up.
Another moon, another day, maybe.
Drake crosses right to left to his desk and leans over the desk standing between Winky and Rocky.
As you know, Rocky, they had us close our embassy there. You will not be welcomed.
Yes, sir, but could we have some partial? We could have some partial and be forced to stop at the closest service station. And if that station is Ophiuchus, what can we do about it? I'm pretty sure they aren't ready to start a war over imprisoning a few lost space tourists.
There will be soon, with Professor Newton on their side.
It's a gamble, a big gamble.
But it's worth a chance.
Here's the UWSS organization for all member planets. This curtain right here begins the Ophiuchus group. When you pass that curtain, no messages will get through to or from your ship. They jam all non-official signals. It's going to be risky, and it may be a one-way trip.
I understand. We'll make it. We'll refuel at RV5. That is the furthest that we can go before we run out of fuel, and it would add distance, and it's out of major traffic areas.
Mm-hmm. And I will declare it off limits except for local commercial traffic and emergency services.
Please, Mr. Secretary, can't I go?
Can we just read or
Go ahead. Vina crosses and stand behind Winky facing Rocky and Drake.
it's absolutely out of the question.
Why? Would a three-man crew make it an invasion?
No, of course not. But it's not a picnic either.
I don't like picnics.
A flight like this is no place for a girl. I mean, woman.
Do you speak Ephesian?
No. But I still don't want to run aboard during this mission.
Vina steps in and is now toe-to-toe with Rocky, her arms still defiantly folded.
You need me. This is 1947. Wise up. Women are doing all sorts of things now. I can take care of myself, and I can and will be real help to you. Please, Mr. Secretary, I know these people very well. And to you, Mr. Rocky Jones, I will say this one more time. I am a licensed astronavigator and translator. Two things which you are not.
I'm with her on this one. You need her to make this mission a success. She's going.
Say my crew and I will call the ground crews to get ready to blast off at 14:30.
Winky, Vina as auxiliary.
Vina smiles victoriously. Rocky looks directly at Vina with a professional officer's voice, delivers the line.
Ranger Ray, prepare to stand for inspection at 1400 hours.
Very good, sir.
Okay, close-up of Griff, who quietly slips out. Camera follows him across the hall into his office. Griff adjusts the visioscope frequency. Interior Griff's office. His office is plain and small. On the same wall as the door he came in, there's a visioscope. His desk sits opposite. He sits on the corner of the desk and talks into the microphone.
Griff to WOX. Griff to WOX. Griff to WOX. Come in.
This is WOX. This is WOX to Griff. Respond.
Urgent message on secure beam to Ophiuchus. Drake now believes Professor Newton is prisoner. Rocky Jones may be attempting rescue flight.
Interior WOX cockpit, 2 pilots, shot left or right. This ship is positioned just the same as Rocky's, but with a slightly different instrument panel. WOX. Sending it through, standing by for further information. Is there anything else?
I will inform you as soon as I know more. I will give you every opportunity to destroy it before it reaches your zone. The blame falls on you. Out.
Exterior afternoon near the base of launch platform. Launch facility camera focused on the orbit jet and the ground crew readying for blast off. Shot in front of the green screen. The crew walks toward the platform. Rocky sends them up the ladder. Shot down the ladder as Winky climbs, Vina behind him. 2 shot of Rocky and Secretary Drake.
Good luck. And don't take any unnecessary risks or chances.
No, we wouldn't dare. We have a girl.
It's not that. We don't want to lose any of you, and you know she's right. It's 1947.
Make the wish with 18.
Okay, Rocky, get going.
Thank you, sir.
Rocky climbs the ladder toward the launch platform. Close shot of Drake as he watches him board. Attention all personnel. Clear area. Zone 6. Launch is green. Clear area. Launch is green. Various sounds and warning alarms go off. Warning lights begin to rotate around the active launch platform. Rocky turns around and salutes one more time, then climbs up the platform ladder into the rocket before launch sequence is finished. Interior orbit jet, living quarters. This is a small living space reminiscent of an RV interior with bunks that fold out from the wall and a nav station against one wall. Vina enters first and falls sideways since she's not used to entering a vehicle with artificial gravity on already. Winky helps her up and points her to a seat so she can buckle up. Rocky enters the cockpit, sits down, and fastens his seatbelt. He presses a few knobs to confirm all is working correctly. The landing platform pulls out of the way. This is outside. Smoke and steam start to vent through the exhaust ports at the rear. Interior OSA office.
This is Griff to WOX. Griff to WOX.
This is WOX to Griff. We read you.
Rocky Jones blasting off in 20 minutes or 14:30 Earth time, converted to 12:31 Ophiuchus time. Refueling station at RV5. It is out of bounds to all but local commercial traffic. It is ideal to attack and disable without any interference.
We'll be waiting. Over. Exterior orbit jet, smoking sirens and lights going crazy. Interior orbit jet living quarters. A loud whining noise can be heard inside the living quarters. Vina yelling over the noise.
That noise is creepy.
Don't worry, the noises get worse and more creepy.
You sure know how to calm a girl's nerves.
You act like you've never been on a rocket before.
Not one this small. I usually travel by express, and those are much larger and about as exciting as a streetcar parked in a garage.
Winky looks over Vina's chart work and nods approvingly. Rocky over the intercom.
Please put your trains in upright position. We're about to blast off.
Thank you, Captain.
Interior orbit jet cockpit. Winky comes in and sits down in the chair next to Rocky.
So how's our glamour going on?
Not a damn thing to worry about, Rocky. She knows her stuff.
Exterior orbit jet launch sequence ends and the XT-2 takes off. Interior Griff's office. Griff, the OSA office, watching the launch on visioscope, smiles and switches it off. End of Act 1. Okay, Act 2. Fade in on exterior wide space shot. Orbit jet comes into view, crosses the screen. Cross-faded to shot of Winky and Rocky. Interior day cockpit. It's Rocky's line. Are you with us? Page 26?
Yes. So, I have some concerns.
What about?
I'm a Bible book kind of guy, and I never question orders, but I just can't see why we have to bring her along.
She speaks Ephesian, and she is one heck of a navigator. And those are two things we need if we're going to rescue Professor and Bobby.
I'd rather have an extra pair of physics than a translator. That's a language everyone understands. Entering exosphere course, correction point 1.4.
Course correction edit, sir. Oh, come on. Give her a break. When we get back, we'll take her to the gym and give her martial arts training. How's that? She's a good kid, Skipper.
Vina enters from navigation holding a paper chart.
Pardon, sir. We've entered the exosphere, and I suggest a course correction. 0.1.4.
Yeah, you don't say.
Good shot, Vina. If I had a gold star...
She touches Winky's arm and smiles.
Awaiting orders, sir.
Return to quarters and make me the stand.
Yes, sir.
Vina walks out for a minute and soon returns with a food tube.
Your sandwich, sir.
She squeezes the tube on his head and walks out.
She made you a sandwich, all right.
Exterior orbit jet, close up, exterior establishing shot, interior living quarters, Vina at navigation. Vina's looking at the various charts and marking them down. An alert sound comes from the computer. She scans the dial and looks at the radar vex, confirms the location, and runs into the cockpit. Interior cockpit.
Sir, there's a rocket coming towards us at a high rate of speed from 2 o'clock.
She's right.
Winky taps the radar vex, and it's flashing on and off.
Ah, great. No wonder we didn't see it. This vex is glitching. There it is.
Rocky puts it on the screen.
We can get Drake on the line.
But we're beyond the curtain. No messages will reach them.
Go back to quarters, sit down, shut up, and buckle up.
We've got more company.
Looks like we got a final.
What's the plan?
Get ready to return fire. Ready torpedoes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Major. Keep an eye on.
Exterior space, all three ships in view. One Ophiuchus ship comes straight down from 12 o'clock, trying to get in close. Interior enemy ship 1. 2 Ephesian pilots adjusting controls and talking to each other in Ephesian. Exterior orbit jet with ship 1 bearing down on them. Interior orbit jet cockpit.
Are they trying to ram us or shoot us?
I don't think they did.
Okay, the orbit jet speeds up and maneuvers a bit. The enemy ship shoots 3 lasers. One of them hits the aft section. The enemy ship almost collides with the orbit jet.
That's a hit in the aft section.
Exterior enemy ship 1, thinking they missed, or turning around. Exterior all 3 ships. Enemy 1 turning around to around. Enemy 2 ship coming up from the belly, and paces the shots. All 3 hit the craft in various locations around the engine. The orbit jet is almost in position to attack the first ship. Interior orbit jet.
Lock on the engine. On my mark. Hold steady.
Hold and steady.
Bit closer. Bit closer. Now we be now.
Yes, sir.
Winky,
Fire 1 away, sir.
Again.
Fire 2.
Rocky and Winky watch the torpedoes hit the engine, causing it to flare out and explode.
Now, once he says come out.
He means turn around.
Like the whole ship?
Yeah, the whole ship. Turn around.
Okay. Come about.
It's not the Jackson Pollock thing.
Exterior orbit jet and remaining enemy 2 rocket ship try to gain a good firing position like some space ballet. The second enemy ship fires the laser again, hitting the port forward wing and breaking off part of the tail fin as it floats away into space. The controls start shaking. Weird screeching noises sound through the metal.
Working on it. Almost there. Locked on.
Now we.
Aye, sir.
Winky launches 2 more torpedoes. Rocky and Winky follow the torpedoes on screen as they head towards their destination. Exterior camera follows the torpedoes. The first one hits the engine and a small peeling away of the metal skin. There's a small peeling away of the metal skin. The second one hits and the central part of the rocket breaks into 2 pieces and floats and spins away. Interior orbit jet.
Okay, Winky. Go check the damage while I keep it steady.
Yes, sir.
Interior orbit jet living quarters.
You okay, Vina?
What happened? What's wrong?
Seems he ran into the neighbor's Dobermans. They took a bite out of us. I'm checking the damage.
Winky suits up in a spacesuit and goes into C-section. Interior C-section cargo area. Air rushes through the compartment, escaping through a hole in the hull. Winky opens a case on the wall and pulls out a packet of leak detector. He presses a small button and a balloon inflates in his hand, and he lets go of. When he lets go of the first one, it finds a hole. He releases another, and it finds a second hole. He releases one more, and it does nothing but falls to the floor. Winky stands up and runs back to the cockpit.
What's the matter? What's wrong?
Stay put.
As he runs into the cockpit. Interior orbit jet.
You should suit up, Rocky. We lost atmosphere.
Come here for a minute while I get ready.
Interior living quarters. Vina gets up out of the seat, and her curiousness gets the better of her. She walks into the aft section and sees and hears the leak. Interior orbit jet cockpit. Rocky walks over to the back wall, puts on a suit, and throws a few switches.
Winky, I'm shutting off the C-section to save what we got left.
Roger. Lucky they didn't hit us any further up.
Our luck holds out and we land back in space here.
Interior orbit jet cargo bay. Vina looks around as the pressure doors slam down in front of her with a clank.
Oh no! Rocky! Winky! Help! Help!
She says fruitlessly a few times, pounding on the sealed door. She spins a little and falls on the ground.
Join us next week for another exciting adventure with the OSA Space Rangers!
That was so good. All right. Any questions, any answers, any autographs? Anybody?
Oh,
Okay. Any ideas about changes? You think that it works good now? Yes? No? What was that line you were wanting us to put back in?
It says the decision to leave Officius was mine and mine alone.
You liked it better. Hey, Brian, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. You got any questions for everybody? Brian?
I like everything so far.
to go back in there. Yeah.
So we're going back to the original?
No, we're gonna put the line back in.
Oh.
That one line. So yeah, we're kind of going back to the original. It's just we changed other things in speech because it was like long.
Yeah. That's all.
Okay. Anybody? There's the man you gotta talk to.
When we shoot.
We are going to shoot as soon as I can get everybody together. and we have costumes.
We do have costumes.
No, we're getting costumes. Bailey's in charge of that.
Oh,
And we got Jason helping us with props, so.
All you superheroes practice your best Superman pose.
Yeah, the hero pose is like this.
But I could be the narrator superhero pose.
But wait, can I do the buxom girl superhero?
Sure,
Yeah.
you want.
Anytime.
I think most of my poses are going to be.
I'm gonna do the Leslie Nielsen spy pose. Who do you think it could be?
I'll be the thinker pose.
Just keep it closed. What have I done? What have we rocked?
Same spot.
Well, if nobody has any questions about their character or has any ideas about how they want to play them.
I love the narrator.
You do see? Do you? I want to ask you. Did I see it as being melodramatic and kind of over the top, like the show originally was? Is that how you see it being done?
Is it overacting, over dramatic?
To some degree.
Tone that kind of down because it was designed for like a 50s cartoon kind of thing. So
Right.
I liked
Should he
it
be
that
twisting
way.
his mustache?
because the comedy is kind of straight and reactionary and situational. You know? So, because certain characters can be over the top, like, of course, well, I'll give you red.
Okay.
But I see Newton as dead serious. So
You do?
Yeah. Well, he's a.
I mean, he's not trying to be a role.
He's a hypnotized old man.
Yeah.
Professor, it's a man of science.
I take offense to the old part, but
I think the character is old.
Well, our professor is significantly younger,
Yes.
but
He's a gentleman of a certain
because
age.
you watch the original and he looks like Colonel
He's-
Sanders, you know.
I know he's like and we changed it because he seemed like a doddering, senile old idiot,
I thought he looked
like
more like Otis
the.
from Andy
There you
Griffith.
go.
Or like the professor from Futurama. You know,
yeah.
I didn't
don't wanna live on
want
this
you to
planet
sound like
anymore.
an idiot, so we moved down the age and we're gonna hip you up a little bit.
It's like Professor Gilligan's Island.
I was just thinking that.
Like who?
The Professor
Professor
Gilligan's Island.
Kind of, yeah.
Because you said a Hawaiian shirt, are we still sticking with that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I gotta find you a lab coat, but we're working on that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You feel comfortable with Bobby so far? All right, great. And in episode 2 and 3, you have more lines. So.
And Bobby is Bobby is hypnotized too, right?
Yes,
Okay.
he is currently being,
Yeah.
trained.
Is the professor going to be bearded, clean cut?
Clean. Okay. I guess that's all the questions. Yeah. All right.
Sergeant Schultz was in the original. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
I
The guy
will-
who played Sergeant Schultz.
I will put out another call for episode 2 here soon, and we'll all get together again.
I was playing that action out in 3D. I drove a submarine, so I'm used to thinking in 3D or three-dimensional.
Sure.
So it's like, okay, 2 o'clock plus what?
I'd love to hear a torpedo sound effect of the old, the old movies, like a torpedo in water. I'd love that sound effect when we shoot a torpedo in space. You hear bubbles and stuff.
I know that sound effect all too well. I slept next to a torpedo bomb. Trust me. I know what they sound like when they shoot off.
The little engine.
My cousin was on a destroyer, but there were submarines.
Yeah, 4,000-pound air hits at that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm awake.
What?
Stand up.
We're gonna have a laser pistol shootout at some point, right?
Yeah. Kind of.
And cowbell. More
More
cowbell.
cowbell, yes.
What's so?
Something in the space.
Isn't it?
I watched it. There's the full episode that we want you to.
Considering the lack of budget considering the lack of knowledge on his part,
And there were several.
considering everybody with this, it turned out actually really damn good.
And it's not copyrighted.
I mean, I was, for what talent
And
was.
so it was like, what's funny about
Oh, it's just a work in progress. I've got to film these guys spin line and
it.
all of that other action
We're not
crap.
in the 50s, but I'm not a single year old.
Really good.
Vaguely.
Yeah, the music turned out
I
really
believe
good.
that if
Yeah.
actually
Well, I
does.
meant me, but
The
yeah.
costumes in the original TV series, to me,
It's a feature, if it actually happens, I get a
westerns.
All right, minions, you're free to go.
And this kind of cheers in the spaceship, you know?
Yeah, sitting around my
That's-
This wasn't catered back then.
Right, but no, it was
the best thing you could do.
for us, for this day and age, but
Yeah.
back,
Well, think
And
about
I
it.
think
Look
we're
at
watching
that
some,
change.
Usually,
watched, there was,
like,
in my opinion,
Friday, Saturday.
Twilight Zone episode.
We'll have you over and we'll have a movie night.
Sounds good.
We'll eat nachos and watch old films.
episode.
Do you go through the
That
back?
was a Rod
I do
Serling.
not,
The
dude.
way the spaceship was so spacious.
You can take the other one and get all the people to
Smoking
sign it
cigarettes,
and
and they
keep
were
it and
sitting
sell it
in,
on
like,
eBay when we get
Oh, I wanted to show off my
super
new
famous.
chairs. And they,
Oh, honestly, I never had
space,
none.
you know,
Oh,
and they had
that's
their
true, you were
their
there.
coffee and stuff, and they put everything
Would you
away,
like
and
one
they
of
took
those?
off, and they were
I like that.
It's okay. I have a discrepancy in my mind between when I'm writing and when I'm
Have
getting.
you seen
Yeah.
those?
That I'm like,
No,
okay, which
okay,
line am I
no,
looking at now?
please.
watched it with,
Whose line is it anyway?
hang on a
Yeah,
second.
because I'm writing where
Everything's made
I've
up,
got
and
it.
the points don't matter.
The future, it's not
Yes,
even a
yes,
present day.
yes. I've watched some, I've seen some interviews with her.
Everything I do.
Is it Ron Howard's?
I'm not that busy.
The redhead?
I work with a guy who's not busy,
Which,
You work with a guy who's been busy,
Never
but you're
read
not
it, innit?
busy.
There is.
I only have one
It's
job.
all, every episode is separate.
The guy I work with has
I think she kicked off the,
And
how many seasons?
like
Three.
Three. I think she kicked off the
the
non-season.
Oh,
Yeah.
season
I mean,
one.
Yeah.
legit,
Season
like he
one
has
was
3
about
hours to
primary
sleep, not actually sleeping.
Okay, I think she was in that one, because that's what kind of got my attention, because I've watched
Sounds
some
like
of the
MJ and
shows
Bailey, they never
You
sleep.
don't like that, I like that.
Well, MJ sleeps
Yeah.
as many minutes as she can sneak
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And that,
He works with me.
to me, it was great,
You-
especially when
you
I found out it was
from
from
11 p.m. to 9
Right.
a.m. And then he's
Right.
police officer.
It was disgusting, but it was
bizarre.
From
Yeah.
11 a.m. to 9
All right, bud, you ready to roll? Can
Good
you
to see
tell?
you.
Thank you, Corbin.
Thank you for having us. He's kind of in that after school
Yeah,
kind
so-
of.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Like
The dude on Lost that he has to
Yeah,
wake up every
thank you
3
for having
hours
us.
to
Right.
reset the
Does
numbers.
he have a pair of navy blue pants by any chance?
Like khaki type
Can't
pants,
sleep more
or
than 2.5 hours.
if he doesn't, we'll get a pair. Just
Well,
tell
like
tell
khaki
Kristen what he
pants.
needs,
Okay.
and we'll get it. Just
Yeah, just khaki pants and a white t-shirt, and we're gonna provide the t-shirt, so.
okay. Just text or email or whatever. Just what you would like for him to be in, and we'll handle it.
Okay, super.
Because if he doesn't have it, we'll get it. Not a big
I'd
deal.
even be down for a game of Shadowrun sometime. I see you have that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's-
We game, on Friday nights we game.
reshoot
I played that in
film.
college, so I love
A couple
Shadowrun.
scenes.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of D&D champions.
Nice.
Yeah, we play all of that crazy
I've
stuff.
played D&D in a long time.
We're tabletop freaks.
It's
always good.
Yeah.
7 years.
Nice
If
to
it's
meet
a paying gig, I'd be
But
fine.
before that, it was like college.
Oh, you know, for future reference,
Good night, y'all.
I graduated in
y'all do
93.
Thank you for
decide to
hosting
have
us.
Vito
Last time I
learn
played
martial
D&D.
arts.
We're about that.
Good night.
Yes.
Good night, John boy.
Good night.
I was
Thanks for coming, guys.
this close to my black belt before I twisted
All
my
right,
knee.
Mark, you are free to go, my brother.
So, see y'all later. Bye. Bye, Mark. Bye, Brian.
Okay, well that went well. Bye. Peace out. Well, that went well. I think everybody was happy. It didn't take long to do this one because it was only half an hour.
Yeah, but we did one act.
Well, no, we did the whole first episode. Yeah.
And it's gonna take a half an
It took half an hour, which is what we expected it to do.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. I guess we just went through it really smoothly.
Yeah. Well, that's why we went through and changed it so it would go smoothly.
And that input I actually gave to Mark worked out well.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
It feels like